जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावन चारी यमुना तीरावन चारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Rama
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे
Jaya Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radhe.
जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा सुभद्रा मैया जय सुदर्शना
Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Subhadra Maya, Jaya Sudarshana.
जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय
Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai.
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय सामवेद गौर भक्तवृंद की जय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नंदगोपाकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय So today we are reading from verse number 1.7.47, Canto 1, Chapter 7, verse number 47. So can you please repeat after me? मारोदिदस्य जननी
Marudidasya Janani
गौतमीपति देवता
Gautami Pati Devata
यथाहमृतवत्सारता
Yataham Rita Vatsarta
रोदिम्य अश्रुमुखी मुह
Rodimi Ashmukhi Muhu
मारोदिदस्य जननी
Marudidasya Janani
गौतमीपति देवता
Gautami Pati Devata
यथाहमृतवत्सारता
Yataham Rita Vatsarta
रोदिम्य अश्रुमुखी मुह
Rodimya Ashmukhi Muhu
मारोदिदस्य जननी
Marudidasya Janani
गौतमीपति देवता
Gautami Pati Devata
यथाहमृतवत्सारता
Yataham Rita Vatsarta
रोदिम्यश्रुमुखी मुह
Rodimya Ashmukhi Muhu
मारोदिदस्य जननी
गौतमीपति देवता
गौतमीपति देवता
यथाहमृतवत्सरता
यथाहमृतवत्सारता
रोदिमि अश्रुमुखी मुहुः
दिम्यश्रुमुखी मुह मारोदिदस्य जननी
गौतमी पतिदेवता
गौतमी पतिदेवता
यताहं मृतवत्सरथा
यथाहमृतवत्सार्ता
रोदमी अश्रुमुखी मुहुः
रोदमी अश्रुमुखी मुहुः मारोदिदस्य जननी
गौतमी पतिदेवता
गौतमी पतिदेवता
यथाहमृतवत्सार्ता
यथाहमृतवत्सार्ता
रोदिम्यश्रुमुखी मुहुः
रोदिम्यश्रुमुखी मुहुः. Hare Krishna. Anybody online would like to recite the verse?
Hare Krishna. May I?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
मारोदिदस्य जननी
मारोदिदस्य जननी
गौतमी पतिदेवता
गौतमी पतिदेवता
यथाहमृतवत्सार्ता
यथाहमृतवत्सार्ता
रोदिम्यश्रुमुखी मुहुः.
रोदिम्यश्रुमुखी मुहुः.
Thank you.
Synonyms: ma, do not. Rodit, make cry. Asya, his. Janani, mother. Gautami, the wife of Drona. Pati devata, chaste. Yatha, as has. Aham, myself. Mrit vatsa, one whose child is dead. Arta, distressed. Rodimi, crying. Ashrumukhi, tears in the eyes. Muhu, constantly. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My Lord, do not make the wife of Dronacharya cry like me. I am aggrieved for the death of my sons. She need not cry constantly like me. Sympathetic good lady as she was, Srimati Draupadi did not want to put the wife of Dronacharya in the same position of childlessness, both from the point of motherly feelings and from the respectable position held by the wife of Dronacharya. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagarjatam Sagana Ragunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Nami Gauri Tvishename He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishbhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vaya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So today we have been reading on this topic for quite a while. How Ashwathama had killed all the sons of Draupadi, and now uh, a process or process is going on of how to punish Ashwathama. Lord Shri Krishna has instructed Arjuna to kill him, and here we are seeing that Draupadi is lamenting also about her sons, and then she is also aggrieved with the fact that killing Ashwathama uh, will cause so much pain to his mother, who is Gautami, or wife of Dronacharya. So we can see here how a Vaishnava thinks. So we are going to primarily discuss about yesterday, not yesterday, day before yesterday, Ramakrishna Prabhu discussed about how a mother can bring or can elevate the devotional qualities in their sons, despite having so many difficulties. And he gave so many examples of great personalities like Kunti Maharani, Uttara, Kayadu, and even Draupadi. So today I think we can discuss about couple of qualities of Vaishnavas which are highlighted in this verse, not directly but indirectly. So इसके बारे में आज हम थोड़ी सी चर्चा कर सकते हैं. तो यहाँ पे Draupadi has basically lost her 5 sons, and that was a very cruel, we can call it, like निर्दयी तरीके से, और एक cowardly act था जो अश्वत्थामा ने किया. And his punishment was death only, actually. Even a few days back, last week, I think, when we were discussing about one of the verses, Madan Sundar Prabhuji also said that what Draupadi is thinking is not the right thing. Actually, he should be killed. So that was the just punishment for someone who has killed innocent people. Killing someone in sleep is nothing but an act of cowardness. So that's what Ashwathama did. But we can see here what Draupadi is trying to say, and she is saying she is not demanding any revenge from Ashwathama. She is basically telling Arjuna not to kill Ashwathama. Because what are the reasons for that? Those are the, we can say, those are the Vaishnav qualities. She is empathizing with his mother, Ashwathama's mother, that the pain that I am going through, she should not go through that same pain. So this is very easy to say, but in that moment and in that situation, it is very hard. At least we don't see very often these kind of examples. Otherwise, there will not be any courts to decide the cases. बाहर ही सब सुलझ जाता, क्योंकि उसने बोला कि मैं तुम्हें माफ़ करता हूँ. Whatever you are doing, whatever crime you have committed against my relatives or whoever you have, whatever you have done, we forgive you. And again, there is an element of I would say discrimination here. Someone in the position of Draupadi, and we say that Vaishnavas are intelligent people, right? Devotees are intelligent people, and they have the power to discriminate. So here we can say that Draupadi is not able to discriminate what is right amount of punishment for Ashwathama, but on the other hand, we also see that she can also discriminate whether that person can reform or not, right? Somebody, when we are dealing with such a case, then we can also think that now someone like Hiranyakashipu or Ravan, they are not going to be reformed. They have to be killed, right? But probably there is a chance Ashwathama can get reformed. So probably Draupadi is also thinking, because she is an intelligent devotee from that angle, कि अश्वत्थामा शायद सुधर जाएंगे, right, if we don't kill him. But some punishment is required, and that is something which is going to come in the next set of verses. So basically, she has empathy for the Ashwathama's mother, and also she has the qualities of compassion and forgiveness for him, which are Vaishnav qualities, which actually everybody should possess. But the Vaishnavas, the pure devotees, and the devotees of the Lord, they possess in ample amount. So we are going to see this from few more examples. So Draupadi is teaching us from her behavior or from her actions that the devotees, they see beyond their personal pain. They don't only focus on their pain, but they also see the pain of the others, which Prabhupada, in his commentary on this verse, in his lecture, he describes this as par dukha dukhi. दूसरे के दुख में दुखी होना, that is one of the wonderful qualities of the devotees. So here is a point of reflection for all of us before we get into more discussion, that how do we can just reflect on ourselves. How do we normally react when somebody does wrong to us? How do we react in that situation? So we will think about it, but this is something we can probably take home today and just introspect on it and see what would our behavior be. I will also talk about it a little bit more at the end of the class. So majorly we will discuss about two things. One is the compassion or the empathy that Draupadi showed towards Ashwathama, and the other one is the forgiveness, right? These two are the wonderful qualities of the devotees. So instead of thinking about her own pain, Draupadi is thinking about the pain of her mother. So this is the compassion of a devotee. So we often hear about the word compassion, or we often hear about the word empathy, but seldom we reflect on it. We don't give too much attention to it, or at least we understand, we hear also about it, but then something that has to be realized. So compassion, anybody can give definition of compassion? Because when I was reading it, then I came that okay, it has something more to it, which actually we think. So anybody? Okay, being kind, yes. Yes. So that is the most important thing. So to put yourself in others. So same thing is with empathy, not sympathy. Sympathy is like, okay, I am maybe pained by your loss, and that's it. Whereas empathy and compassion is वर्ड हिंदी में वर्ड बोलेंगे तो सहानुभूति, सह अनुभूति. जो आप अनुभव कर रहे हैं वही मैं अनुभव कर रहा हूँ. उर्दू में बोलेंगे तो हमदर्दी, आपके दर्द में मैं हम सफ़र हूँ, ऐसे काइंड ऑफ हमदर्द. तो आपके दर्द से मैं वो कर रहा हूँ, रिलेट कर पा रहा हूँ. आई कैन फील व्हाट यू आर फीलिंग. So that is when you feel the other person's pain, like what you would have felt when you would have lost that person or lost that thing, then it is called the compassion. And then the second aspect of it is, and the most important is, you do something about it. It's not like you just feel it and then you leave it, right? You are consciously trying to do something about it. You are trying to alleviate that pain for that person. So that is the most important aspect of compassion. It's just not like just pep talk or verbal talk and just give some things 15 मिनट आधा घंटा बैठ के बात किया और देन यू आर डन. Not like that. What can I actually do for that person? So that is what devotees have, the compassion. So जैसे प्रभुपाद जी अपने कमेंट्री में बता रहे हैं इसमें, पर दुखा दुखी, feeling the pain of the others who are suffering, and they don't even care for their personal distress, right? But a Vaishnava becomes aggrieved and distressed when others are suffering. So Prabhupada gives such a wonderful example here of Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj says in Srimad Bhagavatam 7.9.43. So what he says, नैवो द्विजे पर दुरत्य वैतरण्यास त्वदीर्य गायन महामृत मग्न चित्तः शोचे ततो विमुख चेतस इंद्रियार्थम आया सुखाय परमुद्वहतो विमूढ़ान. So here Prahlad Maharaj is saying that, O best of the great of personalities. This is when the Lord is trying to give him benediction after the Lord after Hiranyakashipu has been killed, and Prahlad Maharaj has pacified the Lord after nobody could pacify him, and now Lord Narsimha is asking Prahlad Maharaj to ask for any benediction. तो प्रहलाद महाराज जी क्या कह रहे हैं, ओ बेस्ट ऑफ द ग्रेट पर्सनैलिटीज, आई एम नॉट एट ऑल अफ्रेड ऑफ मटेरियल एग्जिस्टेंस, फॉर वेयर एवर आई स्टे I am fully absorbed in thoughts of your glories and activities. So I don't need anything for me, because Lord Narsimha is thinking that, okay, because Hiranyakashipu did so much bad to Prahlad Maharaj, he deserves something, so I should give him something. So he's saying, no, I don't need anything. I am not at all afraid of this material existence. My concern is only for the fools and the rascals who are making elaborate plans for material happiness and maintaining their families, societies, and countries. I am simply concerned with love for them. So they are never, this tells us that the devotees never are concerned about their own personal distress or their own, I would say, well-being also. They are only concerned about how others can be elevated to the Krishna consciousness. So here, then Prabhupada ji describes it a little bit more, how we all are influenced by the three modes of material nature, and how Prahlad Maharaj is trying to say that I am coming from a Rajogun and Tamogun background, and to just get your glimpse is enough for me, and I don't need anything for myself. So like that Prahlad Maharaj ji is saying. So here in this verse, the third line actually, what it says is sochi tato vimukh chetasa indriyartha, right? So the vimukh chetasa, so the fools and rascals who are bereft of Krishna consciousness in sense and indriyartha, in sense gratification, maya sukhaya, for temporary illusory happiness, maya sukhaya bharam udvato vimudhan, the false burden, bharam, the false burden of responsibility, maintaining family, etc. So all these people who are so much engrossed in material sense gratification, I am concerned about that. So that is what Prahlad Maharaj is trying to say. So Prabhupada is explaining that Prahlad Maharaj ji is not at all concerned about his own feelings or his own gain. He is only concerned about the others. So another example we can look here is of the King Rantidev. So for King Rantidev, he was a descendant of King Pandu actually. So King Rantidev, I think it comes in the 9th chapter, Canto 9, chapter 21. There is where King Rantidev's pastime is described. So King Rantidev was doing a 48 hour fast. Okay, 48 hour or 48 days, I guess. Yeah, I think 48 days fast he was doing. And after that, when the time came to break the fast, there was and they were going to honor prasadam, water and food. At that time, a brahmana comes and or a guest comes and he requests for the food. So he gave him his share of food, and then he distributes the rest of the food among his relatives. And as soon as he is trying to eat his share of food, a brahman comes and he asks for the food. So he gives some share of that food from his own food to the brahmana. And after the brahman is left, he is again about to take his food, and then somebody comes with his dogs, and he gives the food to the dog, that person and his dogs, all his food basically. He's only left with water. And as soon as he's about to take the water, Chandal comes, a dog eater came, and he basically asks for water. So he gives him his water as well. So like that, and then all the demigods and everybody appears and they praises Rantidev. So the verse that comes there is in 9.21.12. न कामयेऽहं गतिमीश्वरात् पराम् अष्टसिद्धियुक्तां पुनर्भवं वा आर्तिं प्रपद्ये अखिलदेहभाजाम् अन्तःस्थितो येन भवन्त्य दुःखः. So in this verse, Rantidev is saying, I do not pray to the Supreme Personality of Godhead for the 8 perfections of mystic yoga, nor for salvation from repeated birth and death. I want only to stay among all the living entities and suffer all the distresses on their behalf, so that they may be freed from suffering. So that is how a pure devotee thinks about. He's not even asking for liberation. He's not even asking for any perfection in mystic yoga. He's only asking that I stay here and I alleviate the sufferings of the other living beings. So like that, King Ranti Dev is saying. And we can relate it to one of the very famous verses from Bhagavad Gita, how a devotee thinks, verse 5.18, where Krishna says to Arjuna, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Cheva Shwapake Cha Pandita Samadarshina. So this is exactly what Ranti Dev did. He gave food to Brahman, he gave the food to dogs, animals, and he gave the food to Chandal also, water to Chandal also. And he is not differentiating between any of those. He is simply thinking that Lord sits in everybody's hearts and I have to just serve the Lord. So that's how a devotee thinks. So that was more about compassion, where a devotee is think that everybody should get Lord's mercy and everybody should be elevated to the level of Krishna consciousness, and so that they can go back home, back to Godhead. So another quality of the devotees is forgiveness. So forgiveness here, Draupadi is praying for the protection of Ashwatthama, right, who has killed her own sons. So she is basically forgiving Ashwatthama, right? So in that context, we can think about the story of Ambarish Maharaj and Dhruv Maharaj from the Bhagavatam. That is another example where Ambarish Maharaj forgives Durvasa Muni, right? So in 9.5.10, it comes, Yadya asti datmishtam va swadharmo va swanushtitah kulam no vipradevam ched dvijo bhavtu vijvaraha. So here, again, Ambarish Maharaj is showing so much compassion along with forgiveness. He is saying, if our family has given charity to the proper persons, if we have performed ritualistic ceremonies and sacrifices, if we have properly carried out our occupational duties, and if we have been guided by learned Brahmanas, I wish in exchange that this Brahman be freed from the burning caused by the Sudarshan Chakra. So he is ready to give up all his good results, or the good results of all his pious activities, just to save Durvasa Muni from the Sudarshan Chakra. So that is how much compassion, and we see this in the story of Bali Maharaj also, although that is not the same compassion kind of thing. There was Vaman, Bhagwan just came to ask him something and he was ready to give him everything. So that is how devotees are. So they, for to save the person from any distress, they are ready to give everything that they have. So that is how Ambarish Maharaj uh, reacts when Durvasa Muni is in danger. So, so although, and another aspect of it is that Ambarish Maharaj actually thinks that he committed some offense to Durvasa Muni. He is not thinking that I did not commit and I am getting some unwanted reaction from Durvasa Muni. No, he is thinking that I actually committed. So they are so humble. The devotees are so humble and they are so tolerant also at the same time. So without forgiving, he and they are also intelligent. They understand that okay, if I do not forgive Durvasa Muni and if I don't pray to Sudarshan Chakra, then he will be killed. And so that he wants to say, and if he, in order he has to save Durvasa Muni, uh, he has to do something about it, which is the second aspect of the compassion, right? We discussed. So similarly, we see from the example of Haridas Thakur, right? Haridas Thakur, um, when the Qazi asked him, when Haridas Thakur was busy in glorifying the Lord and the Harinam in across all the Navdvipa, then Qazi asked him not to discontinue his activities, right? So uh, what did Haridas say? No, even if I die, I am not going to stop chanting Harinam, right? Like that he said. Then Qazi punished him. He said, okay, he told his soldiers that go and beat him in all the 22 marketplaces and until he die, like that. So Haridas Thakur, somebody, a normal person would have abused Kazi and his guards and whatever, right? But Haridas Thakur, in fact, was asking that, oh Lord, please forgive these people. Don't, they are ignorant. They don't know anything. Please do not harm them. Please forgive them. So like that, Haridas Thakur is so compassionate. He is so forgiving about the bad that they were doing to him. So, and ultimately, what happened is that when they realized that Haridas Thakur is elevated soul, he is such a Paramhamsa, everybody fell at his feet and they asked for forgiveness, the Qazi and the soldiers. So, and what again, like in the case of like in the case of Ambarish Maharaj, uh, he was thinking that actually he has done the offense. Similarly, Haridas Thakur was also thinking that because I heard the blasphemy of the Lord from these atheists or non-believers, that this is my punishment. That's why I got all this beating. So that's how Haridas Thakur thinks. He does not think that this is something which have come on me unwanted and this is something I do not deserve. He say, no, I deserve it because I heard the blasphemy of the Lord from their mouths. So like that, Haridas Thakur thinks. And we all know Nityanand Prabhu, how he was so merciful, so forgiving to Jagai Madai for throwing stones at him, hitting him on the forehead. And he was begging Lord Chaitanya to not to kill them, to give them, forgive them, and let them be good devotees. So that is another example where devotee is so much merciful and forgiving. Um, And we can also see so many examples in our real life also. It's not like that it's only happening with the devotees. So it's not that we cannot forgive others. There is a very famous case in United States. There is a lady called Mary Johnson Roy. Her son was shot by someone and he was killed, and she forgive him. She forgive the murderer, the killer, and she actually brought him in her neighbor, and she to reform him. So can we even imagine, right? Someone who has killed our son or our relative, very close relative, so near one, to forgive them and uh, just not only forgive, that is the true compassion. Not only forgive, actually work on him, trying to fix his defects, try to make him a better person, like that. So we see that there are so many examples like that in our real life also. Another thing about forgiveness is not taking offense or not retaliating is also a form of forgiveness, right? So we can see this from the example of Narad Muni. When Daksha cursed Narad Muni, when um, Daksha had ordered his 10,000 sons, who were they? Haryashvash. Haryashvash, they were Daksha's sons, and Daksha had told them to go and create progeny, right? Go and in all the directions and create progeny. So when Haryashvash, they were praying near the lake, Narad Muni comes and he gives them the knowledge and he tells them that you need to be brahmacharis and you need to just that is the right path for you, and all of those get converted basically. And then again Daksha is very angry, but again he sends 1000 sons, Shlavyash, Shavalasvas. So those and then Narad Muni again convert those also. So the Daksha is so angry and he curses Narad that you will not stay at one place and you will keep moving like that. And Narad says, so be it. That's it. He is not he could have cursed Daksha in retaliation that this is not what I deserve, but that is he does not retaliate at all, and he in fact make this and an opportunity to preach. Right now he is going to go all over the universe and preach Harinam and Harikatha to everyone. Right, so that is how the devotees takes the reversals in their life. So they forgive and they move on. They learn from it and then they move on. Similarly, Parikshit Maharaj, when he heard that Shringi has cursed him, he took it as a blessing that, okay, my end time is near, I have 7 days. What is the best I can do for myself and for my citizens and for the whole world? So that is how he took it. Not is not like, okay, I have to curse Shringi now, or he could he was such an elevate. He was not just a king; he was a Raj Rishi, right? He could have very well countered the effect of that curse, but he did not do that. He took it as a blessings and he took it as the um, will of the Lord, and he then did what he has to do. So like that, we have so many examples. So somebody has very famously said, "Hate the sin, not the sinner." Right? So that in practical life, although it is quite difficult for all of us, but that is something we should understand and we should try to realize this. Hate the sin, not the sinner. And if we want to take it further, we can say hate the sin and love the sinner, right? Which I was talking about that mother who did that. So that is further, that is like the uh, um, highest example of forgiveness, where you love the person who has actually committed the wrong to you. So what are the so what are the learnings and some practical things that we can understand from this? So one thing is that we should not hold any grudges, because when we hold any grudges, that burns our own heart, right? Draupadi teaches us that, because if we do not forgive, we keep it in our heart, it keeps burning. At least it keeps simmering deep inside, and when that person comes in front of us, or that kind of that experience is repeated, then that comes out with a lot of anger and like that. So we should not be holding any grudges. Devotional advancement comes through saintly qualities. So bhakti is not just rituals. We have to cultivate or inculcate these qualities of forgiveness and compassion inside of us. Yes, we do chant every day. We do the deity worship also every day. We do our services, different services also. But we have to be conscious in everything we do, and especially when we are dealing with the fellow devotees, senior, juniors, our peers, and even in material life, in real life also, we should always be conscious about the fact that the more I react in a way which I am not conscious about, that is always going to remain inside of me, and then it is going to cause more harm. So we have to be always conscious about what are we replying, how we are replying, are we giving due attention or due respect to our seniors and our peers, and even to our juniors. We should not be exploitative of our juniors, or we should not be thinking that, okay, I can do whatever I want with this person. So like that, we have to be compassionate and we should cultivate the quality of forgiveness. Then Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur had a very transcendental way of managing this. How do we cultivate forgiveness? How do we रिजेंटमेंट को कैसे दूर करना है? तो उसको करने के लिए भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर के पास कोई आता था कंप्लेंट लेकर, तो ही वुड भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर वुड आस्क हिम, सो उस डिवोटी में कुछ अच्छे क्वालिटीज़ भी हैं? सो देन द डिवोटी विल से यस ही हैज़, एंड ही सेड ही फोकस ऑन दोस, डू नॉट फोकस ऑन हिज फॉल्ट्स. So when we focus on the good qualities, that is how we feel a sense of gratitude towards them. And then when we feel the sense of gratitude towards them, then all our pain and all our resentment with that person goes away. So that is how, when we appreciate the other person rather than complain about him, then that is something which we can all cultivate inside us. We can also ask ourselves, what we can ask ourselves is, what is it about me that won't allow me to forgive? Right? Sometimes we think that this is something which I read in one of the articles of Mahatma Prabhu. He came here also, Mahatma Prabhu, last year, and he was talking about the topic of forgiveness. So it's very nicely he put it, that it's not a difference between it's actually a difference between whether I will forgive or actually when I will forgive, right? So we keep that resentment for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 20 years. So what is it going to do with me? We need to reflect about that. So what he says is, what is it about me that won't allow me to forgive? Because when we say I will not forgive, that means we are allowing our ego to take over us. I am this body, I am not the soul. That is what basically what I am saying when we are saying कि मैं उसको माफ नहीं करूँगा, right? It's not to say that, okay, it's not to going to extreme cases where that person cannot be reformed and he is not, we have to give him punishment definitely, because that is for his own good. But in our heart, at least we can forgive that person, right? So that is how he's saying that won't, what is it that won't allow me to forgive? And then ask, could I somehow or other let it go? Could I somehow or other let it go? So agar Nityanand Prabhu, Prahlad Maharaj, Haridas Thakur, they can forgive people who actually were गया क्या? हाँ, ये चाहिए. Okay. So they could actually forgive people who are trying to kill them, right? So we can at least forgive those who are who have hurt us. At least that much we can do, right? So because when we forgive someone, it is like taking off such a lot of weight from our heart. Now we are lighter, now we are purified, and so that we can do our devotional service with that much more enthusiasm, right? We don't have to have that unnecessary baggage inside our heart that that person did this, that person did that, and like that. So Mahatma Prabhu is saying that it's important that you understand that letting go does not mean you are making a wrong a right. ऐसा नहीं कि हम किसी गलत को सही कर रहे हैं. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are letting a criminal off the hook. It means you are letting yourself off the hook. So we don't have to, that person deserves punishment and he will get his due punishment, but at least from our heart we, कई लोग होता है ना कि उसको punishment भी मिल गया, उसके बाद भी वो बोलते ही रहते हैं कि उसको ये, उसने मेरे साथ ये किया, उसने मेरे साथ वो किया, and he deserve more and like that, ऐसा करके. So we should not have those kind of feelings. And lastly, we can cultivate, how we can cultivate all these qualities, mercy, compassion, forgiveness, all these, by regularly studying the scriptures, by studying the Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Charitamrita has so many examples where Lord and the devotees have forgiven so many other people. So like that, we have to constantly read the scriptures. We also have to practice the humility and forgiveness. So daily, not like, okay, once in a while, wo bhi, that is more like we are under the control of the three gunas. So okay, that incident happened at the in the morning time when I was in Satoguna, so I forgive him. Okay, so and later on, if it would have happened in the night time, no, I am going to kill him. So not like that. So when we read the scriptures, when we relate to that story, for example, we just discussed about Narada's story, that when Daksha cursed him, he was like, okay, with all humility, I accept your curse. So Trinadopi Sunichena Tarorupi Sahishnuna. So like that, we have to cultivate that. And yeah, we should also remember that Krishna always protects his devotees. So we need not be afraid about anything. So if we are true to ourselves, if we are true to Krishna, and if we are surrendering enough to the Lord, then we should not be afraid, or we should not be worrying about anything. So everything will be all right. We should not try to take things in our own hands and take the revenge. And lastly, so when we react like how Draupadi reacted, thinking of others, even in our suffering, then we attract the mercy of the Lord. So that is when the Lord actually sees. He is Bhakta Vatsal. He is always compassionate. He is so merciful. So He will grant His mercy, that you tolerated this this person, you tolerated their whatever wrong happened to you, and that's how Lord is going to give us the mercy. So with that, I will stop here. I guess I am not over the time today. जगतगुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. Thank you. Any comment online? I this was for my own purification, because this is very a subject which I find myself very hard to implement or realize. For giving somebody, बच्चों को ही माफ़ नहीं करते हम लोग, हाथ उठा देते हैं या कुछ बोल देते हैं या कुछ भी, तो इट इज़ वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट टू implement, but with all your blessings, maybe I will be able to do some justice to what I just spoke. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी.